As creators, we love to film in our studio with our awesome camera and our awesome microphone. But sometimes we have to leave our little studio. And sometimes we even have to film outside with our phones. Which is why back in March, I bought this. And while this was really cheap, only paid $22 for it, and it's better than my phone's built-in microphone. To be honest, the quality just isn't great. Which is why I picked up these. So today, I'm going to do several tests. Maybe you can help me decide which microphone is better, and maybe whether this budget-friendly version matches the more expensive version. Let's unbox these babies. They both come with a small carrying case. After using them both on multiple different things, which you're going to see a little later on, I will say that this carrying case, this charging case, will not last as long as this one will in terms of how long it can go without needing to be recharged. I did want to throw that in there since I didn't have that information when I filmed this part of the video. Cord length. This is really short. You would probably want to upgrade that if you need to charge your box, because you would plug this into your box and then plug this into whatever outlet you have that is USB compatible to charge it. So you may want to get a longer one. This one came with one that is much, much longer. This particular microphone, I bought the combo kit, which comes with a receiver for your camera. And right there, I said the receiver can go to your camera because of the connection it had. However, you can use the cord that I just showed you where the distance was in cord length. You can actually use that to connect it to your PC to use that receiver on. So that's how I'm recording this part right now, is through this on my PC. Spoiler alert, it does better on the PC in this controlled environment that it did in our outdoor test. Stay tuned to find out what happened there. This particular microphone did not come with a receiver for the camera. On this particular box, there is a little charging lights. I do like that there was a number on it that said the charging box 96%, and they both come with a magnetic backing. You do need them in a specific way, and when it's charging, there will be a green light. The light on both of them may change depending on whether the microphone actually needs charging or not. It is a good indicator of whether it's actually seated into the case correctly. I noticed one day with this particular microphone that the microphone had a yellow dot instead of the green that it has right now because the microphone's fully charged. Both of them come with a necklace holder. The one that I got that's in white came with magnets already installed. The ones that I bought that were in black did not come with those extra magnets. All you do is take the magnet off the back of this microphone and install it into the necklace. And then you'll be able to put the microphone onto the necklace. Let's talk receivers. The white one is a little bit bigger in terms of width, so you can see the difference there. And they both have a spot for a USB-C cord to go in these themselves. Although as a non-tech person, I don't know why. It comes with both. I think that there was one for USB-C or Lightning, but I found that it was cheaper to get the combo, so I bought the combo where both were included. With this microphone, there were several options that included the combo, but their combo included this for the camera. And when it includes that, then these are not gonna fit. So that's where the little bag comes in. What I'm hoping will happen is that this one will be good enough that I can just put this in my purse on the go, and if we want to film something on the phone, we can, and that I can use this one around the house. The other way to connect the microphone would be to use a clip. They both have magnet on the back, so then it snaps right to the microphone and you can clip it to your shirt. This is some sort of wind protection that's going to help the sound quality when you're outside in wind. The white ones are bigger than the ones that came with the black microphone that I purchased. So that may be something that you want to take into consideration. Both of them are a little difficult to put onto the microphone. This particular microphone, because I bought the combo kit, also came with this. One end is going to plug into this, and the other end should plug into your camera. Because this one is not compatible with a camera, it did not come with that little piece. This microphone that I picked up came with a little manual. Because I'm over 40, I'm going to have a really hard time reading this. This microphone, it came with thank you notes. It shows me what's packed in it. It's got a quick guide. It's got the compliance information and then little stickers, which is just fun, that could go on your microphone. And last, that one also came with a bag, which you can use to put your receivers in, your clips in, your wind muffs in, everything, cords. I wouldn't put this paper stuff in there, but even this would fit in it. This, and then it makes it for an easy travel or easy storage. This particular one did not. Let's go take these on a test run and see how they work. The other thing that I want you to know is that when I edited this video, I did not personally do anything to the audio. I use Camtasia to edit this. There might be like some leveling of audio that automatically happens when you put it into Camtasia, but I personally didn't make any adjustments to it, to the gain or anything. I want it to be as an even playing field as possible for the two different microphones. Two lights are lit.
Well, hey, like you said, you're doing this as a non-techie person, so not knowing what those buttons do, that's a good thing, because
I don't know what they do.
You don't
literally
know what they do. You just basically threw it on and turned it on.
I've turned around, so I want to know what that sounds like, and then I'm going to turn back this way.
To the woods, woman.
Talking while I'm walking, I want to know how it sounds when I'm facing the camera and when I'm facing away from the camera. You should be able to see on screen. I'm a pretty good distance. So I'm walking towards the woods. I don't know what settings it's on, but this is the cheaper microphone. We're walking more. We're back a little further. I just want to see how it sounds. Let's go. We're just taking a little bit of a break here, and I want to touch this to see if you can hear it, what that sounds like. Let's do some jumping jacks. So this was the test with the cheaper microphone. Okay, so do you want to do me with the test standing where we were? Me walking to the woods?
You had me to do, you want to do me. Yeah, this time you might as well just walk out there.
Yep, so.
Just keep walking and talking.
It's probably getting noise.
Walk.
Wait.
Hey, now we got a car coming.
Is it green?
Yes, it's green.
Okay, so noise reduction's still on.
Yep.
So I am walking as far out as I did last time, and let's hope that I don't run into a spider web this time. And then I'm going to turn around. Is it working? Can you hear me? You probably can't hear me, but the camera mic can.
I can hear you a little bit.
Let's go. And where? Haha. Oh, I forgot to do this test. What does this sound like? You know, because I might accidentally brush up against it and I need to know.
Yeah, we got like tree wind, but I don't know if you're going to get any, or you could blow on it.
Oh, actually, yeah, his is on, so the microphone's down there.
That'd be a good test.
Well, it's just, would it like go like that? For that first test, I really wanted to see what it would sound like walking away from my phone. I used my Samsung Galaxy phone, walked away from the camera with both microphones. I was impressed with both of them. I did personally like the sound quality a little bit better out of this one for that first test, but this one really surprised me when I looked at the footage back. I really was not expecting it to sound that great, especially when I was facing away from my phone. Next up is a little warning because something happened off camera that I needed to tell you about. Be really careful, the magnet's not that strong. I mean, it is, but it isn't because it popped right off when we came in the house. But the receiver goes on your phone, whether you've got the USB-C or the Lightning. This one I've got my case on, but the same phone with an OtterBox case, it will not fit. So typically this is the way we'd be filming. I would be filming something and he would be the face of what we would be filming.
She doesn't like the woods, so I'm going to do the long trek down to the far woods.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep talking and walking. I'm not going to stop every so often because we've seen what it did for you. So I'm just going to keep on walking. Wait, I think that was a movie. Or
and
was that something
I'm
about
curious
swimming?
to know what it would
I don't
sound
know.
like while he's
Seems
talking
kind of fishy.
and I'm talking.
But
And we're
here's
at
the
two
mushroom
different
we showed earlier.
areas.
It's a little bit windy out here, not bad. This is about as far as we can go. Now I'm going to turn around and see. Hey. And now I'm walking back. And I'm walking.
Are you talking?
I don't know what she's saying up there, but in theory you can hear her and me both. I couldn't hear her just now, but hopefully you could. A little bit of crosswind now. You may or may not be getting some. Here we go. There's a big wind. So if you're getting any kind of wind muffy type stuff, it's now. This is without our wind muffs, of course. We'll have to try it with those next. You know, not a bad little microphone though. At least as far as I can tell. You got your wind muffs with you?
When I listened to that back, it really was quite windy, but I was very impressed with the distance he was able to go facing away from the phone. And again, use the same phone with that test. That was the cheaper microphone. In the next little clip, we'll use this microphone again with the wind muff on so that you can see how good the wind muff actually is. How difficult did you find putting on the little wind muff on this microphone?
Overall, that itself wasn't horrible. And because the screen you're looking at to tell that is inside, and when you're putting it in there, you can't see the screen to know if you've accidentally hit that little itty bitty little button.
Now we're doing a test with the wind muff on his, not on mine.
Wait, I've got a crosswind right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to catch some of this wind. Because yeah, I've got a lot of wind blowing directly at me right now, so the wind is definitely hitting the muff. The muff is getting hidden by the wind. Da 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 da. There's so many holes out here in this yard. I know I'm gonna fall in one of them. But I think I almost just did just then. There's a lot of holes out here. Oh, got some more wind. I'm gonna turn around, turning around, turning around, turning around, around, turning around, turning around, turning around, turning around, turning around. My phone just lost its Bluetooth connection. So here I am heading back. Actually, let's do some running. I'm gonna run back this time. Well, as much as running as an old man can do anyway.
He's going to get to use his chainsaw. Like I said, that wind muff really did reduce the amount of wind that was hitting the microphone. As you heard, there was more crackling facing away from the phone. But when are you going to be filming with your receiver that far away from the phone and need audio? I really like this microphone. Let's move on to the more expensive microphone. Keeping in mind that while we were doing this, the wind completely stopped. We did not put the wind muff on the more expensive microphone during this test because the wind absolutely died down to nothing. There was nothing to wind muff for. Do you need the muff or do you do no muff?
It's not windy right now anyway, so let's start without it. And if we do get a little bit of wind, we'll see what happens. Man, that's a loud bird. I wonder if they can hear the bird. The bird is going to town. I'm keeping my back to the camera the entire time. That way, if anybody is wondering if it's facing it, no, it's not. So if it starts breaking up down here at the end, well, man, chirp, chirp, chirp. I just lost my Bluetooth to my phone. So I'm almost at the spot where I was before. So out here in the woods, so I'm turning around, walking on back, walking on back. I don't know if she's talking or not. I can't hear nothing. She's probably saying that same thing to herself. I can't hear him saying anything, but I don't know if he can hear him or not. Let's just see what it looks like when I run. This is me running. This is me running.
So the good news is that with this particular one, and I don't know if it was that way with the other one, I can see that
like a little transmit thing.
The transmit on 1 and 2 are working. And I can actually change it and add noise reduction right here. Added the noise reduction.
Yeah, the wind's kind of stopped now, so it's kind of like...
You don't want to put this on?
Well, there's no wind now. Like, it's, you know,
yeah,
the sun's
it was
going
very
down.
windy before. Almost that entire clip was filmed without noise reduction. So some of the minimal wind you heard was without noise reduction at all. I bet if we had turned noise reduction on, we wouldn't have heard any extra wind noise at all. We're going to do a test with the cheaper microphone, which I've got another idea for a sound test.
Oh, of course you do.
You know, I want to see what it would sound like with that. Yeah, this is just something that we would do on our channel together. I would not want to get where he's going, but I would want to see and capture his audio, but I could not before.
There you go. I cut down a tree.
That clip we only filmed with this particular microphone. We had noise reduction on, which may have resulted in impacting the actual chainsaw noise. I'm not sure if that's the kind of footage that I would want to film with these, but I did want to keep that in here so that you could see what happened when noise reduction was on and he used a little mini chainsaw. We did not repeat the test with this particular microphone. Next up, I realized there were gain options. Let's go see what gain 1, 2, and 3 sound like, plus a few other features that this one has that this one doesn't. This is a test of the microphone. Another test because we realized that we had turned the gain up throughout the last one, or there's a thing on the receiver that plugs into the phone. This is what it sounds like on level 1. This is what it sounds like on gain 2. Vehicles are driving by, so we want to see if that is impacted as well. And this is what it sounds like on gain 3. Probably it's very windy right here. I don't have the muff on because we forgot to bring the muff out. And when I click this once, it should give me noise reduction. Noise reduction is now on. I don't know if this changed anything or not, but we are on gain 2. Noise reduction is on. If I double click this, so I'm going to click it twice, something called reverb mode is supposed to come on. Reverb mode is now on. Reverb mode is off. Noise cancellation or noise reduction is still on. And now I'm going to turn that off by clicking it one time. The thing that I forgot to film was that if you click this button, it's a yellow button, if you click it 3 times, it will mute your microphone. So you have to click it 3 times to mute it and 3 times to unmute it. So don't accidentally click it 3 fast times in a row or you'll mute your microphone. Ask me how I know. Now let's listen about the gain settings on this microphone. On this particular microphone, there's no gain control for the phones, but there is a gain control for the camera.
This is on gain number 1. This is on gain number 2. This is on gain number 3.
It also does not have reverb or mute.
Which is a good thing that it doesn't have reverb. And that mute was complicated. I mean, there we go, some traffic finally.
Yep. I kind of like that it's simple, that you just press the button once and it goes to blue, and it does it for both, and you can press it on the little dongle that fits into the phone as well. So it was just really easy for me to be like, okay, it's just one click. And just so that there is no confusion, this is the dongle for my phone for the cheaper microphone. And for this dongle, I can press 1, 2, 3 for the gain for the phone. But on the dongle for the phone, for the more expensive one, there isn't a gain setting for the phone, so you can't change that. But what you can do is add noise cancellation from the dongle. And the cheaper dongle does not allow you to add noise cancellation. You have to do it through the microphone itself.
It's a muff.
It should do what muffs do.
It should do what muffs do.
I'm going to do a few tests indoors as well. This is what my camera sounds like with no extra microphones plugged in at all. One of the reasons why I personally wanted new microphones was so that I could film talking head videos and have my hands free. With the microphone that I mentioned earlier in the video, I had to put it on a pen so that it sounded good, which basically meant that my hand was never free. And with this one, it is free. I want to see what it would look like if I am filming a Canva tutorial on my phone. And one way I would do that actually would just be sitting here. Put it on this. Actually, I would have something like this, and then my hands are free. I would need to move the camera, of course, but when I click animate, we've got these options. And the other way that I would like to be able to use the microphone is if I'm doing Canva tutorials on the mobile device. Let's open up Canva and click on social media, and this will allow us to do different animations. Here's the second microphone, this particular microphone. I just want to test it. There's actually a truck going by right now. I want to see if you can hear it. You probably can. Add a wipe transition. And you just saw my monitor go out. That's one of the reasons why I'm looking for a new monitor. Now it's time to test for the faceless screen recording. I just want to show you something really fun you can do. You also kind of would like to do walking, because sometimes I want to walk and just talk creator things, especially on Instagram. I will test the other one like this too. So now I've got the other microphone on. Reminder, this is the cheaper microphone. How do we think that this one sounds? Based on the test outdoors, I think it's probably going to sound pretty good. Both of them are very easy to just plug in your phone. You probably just heard me touching it. Attach to your shirt, go, which leaves, in this case, I've got one hand holding the phone and I've got the other hand free. Whereas before, if I wanted to use a microphone, car just went, big truck just went by. If I wanted to use the other microphone, I would have to put it on the pen, which meant that none of my hands are free. I really wanted to show you what it looked like when I filmed straight on my phone in vertical format. And that was just the easiest way to do that. And in the next clip, I show you the camera, because we've tried the camera setting twice. I was very disappointed with the receiver for the camera. It just did not sound right. It sounded like there wasn't a good connection when he faced his back away, which was very surprising considering how good this was. And keep in mind, I'm using that same receiver to record this audio through my PC, but I'm also sitting very, very close to it. If you're thinking about getting this microphone and you want to use it for your camera for vlogs where someone that's going to be wearing the microphone is going to turn around and not be facing the phone, while that might not work for you. And some things that I wish that I realized before I bought them. We're just doing a little test. Now this is on our regular Sony camera. I've got on one and he's got on the other. Go all the way to your spot.
All the way to my spot.
And this is the camera one.
I feel like I keep walking to the same spot over and over and over. I guess you can see me now.
I'm wearing channel 2, and the reason why he's on camera and not me is because I look like this.
That's because by your definition, it's freezing outside.
Wow. It sounded bad. And the second test, it sounded just as bad. Now, you saw when we were up close to each other, it was fine. But when he turned his back and was a little further out, and it wasn't even that far, it was super staticky. But it sounds great here on the PC, but it's just something to keep in mind. The other thing to keep in mind is these microphones will not have a backup of your audio. It also doesn't record your audio on two different tracks. It's all one track. So if you're speaking at the same time, you're not going to be able to get clean audio from that. So that's something else to keep in mind. For us, it doesn't bother us because typically if we speak on top of each other, we say it again and we can fix it in editing. You really cannot go wrong with either one of these microphones. I'm going to put a link for both of them in the description box below. Which microphone did you like better? Watch this next. If you want to see something else that I love that has made my workflow while editing videos so much better. Was I holding it upside down?